I know what you're thinking. High quality construction here. Literally throwing this together with some scrap wood that I grabbed off the junk pile, just so that if I have to put the boat or the trailer leaning up on top of this thing, I'm going to cut this board in half and put a few supports down here. I just don't want it to be busting my snow shield in the front of the trailer. So let's whip this together. All right, I am at the auction yard. Just got my paperwork settled and my payments all set. So just my local auction place. I got my truck and a hokey ass trailer set up, and we're finally gonna go drive back there and see just exactly what we bought. Stay tuned. Okay, so I had to go out back to get this thing. Oddly enough, it's not the boat that I care about, it's the trailer on the other side, but I had to have an employee with me because I don't let anybody back in the yard back there, because you could be eyeballing or sabotaging vehicles to be sold. I think that, anyways, they have rules. So let me take you for a little look at what I just did here. Okay, so I developed my little front rack thing. Check. Was able to muscle this a little easy loader trailer, I wasn't even sure what the heck the thing was, up and onto my snowmobile trailer. That's a 10-foot long, 8-foot wide snowmobile trailer. So in that, I'm gonna say that boat must be, I don't know, 12 feet, maybe more, something like that. Maybe, yeah, 12 or 13 feet. And then the trailer, and I'm hoping to goodness that I can mount that big old wooden one on there. So we'll see if she makes the ride home. I've got her all strapped down, and yeah, the adventure of the auction finds. Look back at this job I've got. Don't want to jinx myself, but so far so good. You can see behind me, maybe, the strap down job. The trailer's kind of peeking over the bed of the pickup truck here, but we might just make it. I was just thinking about this on the ride home. Obviously, here we made it. It almost looks like somebody coated this entire boat in Flex Seal. You know, Billy Mays here or whoever. I'm pretty sure that they did. They coated this whole thing. It's an aluminum boat. And kind of the interesting thing I noticed just as I was leaving the auction yard was that it has been registered in 2020. That's pretty exciting, right here in New Hampshire. And the trailer, I gotta say, I'm kind of feeling lucky a little bit. I was a little bummed out with the extra fees that I was charged, but the kickstand gear actually looks new. It works just fine. That's really exciting. And the tires also appear to be in a lot better shape than I was thinking. The rims seem new. The rubber and the whole tire itself, I'll have to see if there's a date code that come on these things. But yeah, both of the tires that are on the trailer, you can see, like, I'm not sure if you can catch it from here, but it's really shiny, like pretty new galvanized steel. So I'm gonna guess somebody had done a rehab on this trailer, probably 2019, 2020, had the boat registered and put new tires and a kickstand on the jack there, or whatever that's called. I'm gonna take the stuff off, unstrap it all and take it off. I'm curious to get a couple of measurements. Also, I was thinking I had really no use for the boat. I have a 10-foot rowboat that I've never used that I picked up at an auction, a year or two ago, and then our other boat. But this boat could actually be a perfect duck boat, and it looks like somebody's actually done some work to the transom here too, just to hold a small motor. I'm sure I'll have to see if there's any hull number or anything on it. But I do want to go over here in a second the fees, and this is one of these things I want to warn everybody when you buy anything from an auction, is the fees. And so I paid $225 for this combo. I guess I was really just more interested in the trailer, and there's a chance that the lights even work for this thing. But I was charged $172 in fees and $69 internet fee. I'll have to go over the paperwork here in just a second. So the boat is larger than I thought. It's actually almost 14 feet from the tip to the back. Somebody has painted the inside white, done some interesting work with a 2x12 on the transom, and a piece of steel. This plywood on the back. The paperwork from the auction said this thing is a 1978 boat. Has a couple of interesting metal, like riveted in seats that are inside of it, and some oar locks on the side as well. So just like your typical rowboat. But yeah, it's a little bit larger. Almost reminds me of one of the old aluminum boats that they use on. I like to watch those Alaska shows like Life Below Zero, and all those people kind of use these pretty banged up old aluminum boats. But who knows? Maybe we'll find a life for this thing, and since it's basically covered in Flex Seal, maybe it just floats, or it looks like it wouldn't take too much to do it. Like I said, overall, the trailer, I'm pretty happy with what we've got here, but let me explain a little something that I'm going to caution everybody to be wary of, and that's the paperwork. So let me try to be, let me see. Nothing too outrageous on this, but the price that I bid on was $225 online, and when I did that, I kind of was hoping somebody would go $250 because I wasn't quite sure I wanted to take this gamble. Buy fee. So this is the kind of the thing everyone needs to be very cautious of when you deal with anything with an auction. $95 internet fee because it's all done online. $69 a fuel surcharge. I don't think she's taking too much gas here, but I'm guessing that's just to bring the cars around, and that's $8, and a credit card fee because I just paid for it on the kiosk when I showed up there. So I bid $225. At the end of the day, I had to pay $401.30 to take this thing home. So think about that. I wasn't irate, but I was definitely questioning the ladies at the office there at the auction. They said, hey, can you double check that? Because another thing to consider when you are buying a car, can't quite, oh, and my son's car is actually at the shop right now getting a timing belt done that I picked up at the auction earlier, the same auction. You also are going to pay a title fee and, you know, some paperwork transaction fees. So be cautious whenever you buy anything at an auction for all the extra fees. Like the state auction I was at a weekend or two ago, they are very clear. There's an 8% buyer's fee whenever you buy anything. So just remember that when you're off finding your treasures and doing your thing, that that could be a very possible thing. And again, thanks everybody for having a quick view of the video. Appreciate any kind of subscriptions and likes and even some comments. I'm trying to get better at keeping up on that kind of stuff. So hope everyone's having a good fall out there, and enjoy. Talk to you soon. A final recap on what I was talking about with the fees is here I am on the site that I use for my local auction, and it is Capital Auto Auction out of Manchester, New Hampshire. There's other locations in Philadelphia and DC. Anyways, here's their buyer fees, and you can find this once you create an account and log in. But as you can kind of see, like, depending on what you bid, these are your bid prices over to the fees that they are, and that's not working out. But I kind of jotted it down over here. So if you're looking to pick up a vehicle as cheap as possible, you have to realize that here's your auction prices. Anything you're going to pay between $100 and $299, it's going to have a buyer fee of $95, plus the internet fee of $69, plus the extra fuel charge and credit card fee, which I'm sure will go up. So now, once the bidding starts, and like the day before, they do $25 increments, and so it's wise to wait until the day before to jump online, or the day of the auction to do that, because other than that, if you log on too soon, it's $100 increments. So just as an example, the second line here, if you're going to try to buy a vehicle, I think the real sweet spot is underneath $499 because the fee is $105, but then from there, if you go up to $500, the fee goes up $145. That's a $40 jump in a fee. So I really believe that if you're trying to find a really good deal, you're going to try to bid up to but not over $475, which will give you $105 fee, the $69 internet fee, plus $13, which is the fuel charge and the credit card fee, bringing you to a total of about, out the door, $662, and possibly lower if you are, above 300 but below 475. That's my opinion on the matter, and happy hunting, everybody. Again, appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll keep on doing what I do. Later.